We have the Pharisees saying, well, not only the Pharisees, the religious leaders saying this is the end, no more going anywhere. You have Judas now that turned against Jesus because of this has happened. So the want is now fully there and the way is fully there. And then you get that last piece, just a sign of the Gentiles coming to ask. And Jesus knew for a fact. History is here. The most important thing in history is not the Battle of Stalingrad. Is not the Waterloo, right? The most important thing in history is now, here. Jesus going to die on a cross to the glory of the Father. He spoke about the glory in this chapter a number of times. Glorify you. And then God said, yes, I glorified myself. God is glorified in all of this evil. In a bomb explosion, nothing, no one is glorified. Okay, but Jesus was glorified. Why? Because he gave his life. He wasn't at the wrong place at the wrong time. He gave his life. He gave it full, knowing where it's going to go. And you can go and listen to my teaching again. I taught the whole 20 minutes or 12, 16 minutes, I think, just on this verse. I don't want to repeat it too much now, but you need to see this beauty of who God is. That beauty of God. Not this horrendous deed that the terrorists played out here with this bomb blast. It's for people like that Jesus died. For the people in the clubs, for the terrorists, for people like us, for me, for everyone walking around, sitting around here today. His enemies would never want even to believe in him. That is for whom he died. And he knew it. And that points to the most important aspect of the whole cross, and that is the glory of the Father. If we can receive eternal life because of his actions, undeservedly so. How many of the people coming here today looking at this even thinks of God and death or anything like that? They come here and they'll take a few photos. Maybe sometimes family members come here, who knows. Remember, maybe tear up. Long time ago, 23 years ago, nearly 23 years ago. Do they think of this? No, they don't. But Jesus, he, for people like us, so totally undeserving of anything, it's for us. And that points, like I said, the salvation is a second, it's a fruit. But what it is about is ultimately the glory of the Father, because dying in such a way for people like us glorify ultimately God. Deservedly so. There's no higher glory than this. But then he ended his whole teaching to the people, not by saying, okay, I'm going to the cross now and die. He said it basically a number of times in the chapter. The Pharisees understood it and they didn't want to accept it, so they asked these stupid questions. I mentioned that in the teaching as well. Okay? But he told these people, the people, that they need to believe. They need to believe in the words. Yes, there were the prophecies concerning that they're not going to believe. Old Testament prophecies that Isaiah said. Remember, God told Isaiah, I'm sending you out there in chapter 6, but they're not going to believe. They're not going to listen to you. Like here, to Jesus. Now, not just in Isaiah. Jesus himself, God himself is here. And they're not going to listen. Nothing will ever change, will it? Doesn't matter which level of authority God sends. Even himself. No change in our actions. And he died for us. So he said, so you need to believe in him so to have eternal life. That is what is important. Believe in him to have eternal life, in his words. We need to do the words, not just hear the words. We need to do the words. Same in Revelation chapter 1, where it speaks of those who hear these words and they do it. Okay? And Jesus said here we need to do the words. And what was the words that he gave us? Is to go to the world and to tell the people, to teach, to bring the gospel to people. That is the words. That is the task Jesus gave to us. Okay, I remember as well as a student at university, I had this good friend. And she did so well. She was one of the top students. She went home and came back and with her parents and went past the car. Actually, her grandparents. And accident, she died. And I remember I put a sign on my door, no, what will happen to you after death? Didn't last that long. The sign that is. But that's the important part. How do we do the works? Do we fulfill the word that Jesus gave to us by going to the world and taking His gospel? If I look around me, I don't see that we are really doing it. Now I see, for example, as a missionary, it's so much easier getting money for humanitarian aid as a Christian than it is to plant churches, teach people. I mean, I'm teaching some students now, and I'm going to plant about 5 churches at least in a certain country. Check on name really. And it's impossible to find funds. Nobody wants to give. Right. So, what does it show about us doing the words? We need to do and take the gospel to people like this before another bomb takes them. We don't know when their lives will be cut short. We don't know when the airplane will crash. We don't know when the building will fall on you because of an earthquake that happens thousands of kilometers away. We don't know. But what we do know is that we have the task to do, and we need to do it every day. Do you do it? Do you take the true gospel, not the false gospel? Because if you take the false gospel, anathema in you. You are an antichrist. Anathema, that's just that. Not my words. That's Paul's words. Preach different gospel than the one they're preaching, anathema. So you need to take the true gospel to the people, to the world. That's the task Jesus left with us. If you believe in this God who is worthy of such glory, then that's what you're supposed to do. So I think, and just in my concluding statement then, I just want to say, are you doing that? Or is Jesus hanging alone there on the cross? What's the point of? How can people glorify God if you keep quiet? If you keep quiet. You call yourself a Christian. Was it a waste? No, sure, even for one, God would have done it. But still, that doesn't take away your responsibility or the blame from your shoulders. What will Jesus ask you, tell you one day? Good and faithful servant? Or get away from me, I have no idea where the heck you are.